I know what to cook for chefs coming over for dinner because I'm making what I would want to eat for dinner, and that's braised beef short ribs. What counts when you're braising anything is it's a two-step method. First step is a dry method, and that's searing the beef. And then the second part of cooking is the wet method. And that's when I flood it with tomatoes, and red wine, and chicken stock, and let it slowly cook and become tender. So a little oil in the pan. And check out the beef short ribs. They're just marbled with fat, and a lot of that will rise to the surface as they cook in their liquid, which is the second part of the cooking process. Sometimes when you're searing something, whether it's chicken to make a chicken stew or a pot roast, you'll dredge it in flour or cornstarch. And what this does is it promotes browning. As they sit in the liquid, the cornstarch actually helps to thicken the sauce as it's braising. So you've got your built-in sauce, all that flavor intact. I like to use cornstarch because I find it doesn't burn. Sometimes flour can burn to the bottom of the pan. Nicely browned. Ooh, and look at the caramelized bits there. All right, that's round one. And the other ribs to go. I'll preheat the oven, a low oven, 300 degrees, because while I'm going to start everything and get it simmering here, I want to finish it in the oven for that even cooking. Let it slowly sort of simmer and bubble away. Oh, and the house is going to smell fabulous. Second batch is done. But there's some beautiful caramelization at the bottom of the pot. And now I'll sweat down the vegetables, some onion and carrot, and that'll pull up the caramelized bits. That smells so good. I put a lot of carrots in this recipe because carrots add such a sweetness. And it's time to start thinking about those fall flavors. So I think fall, I think carrots. I'll add the garlic. There we go. And a basic element to almost every soup, stock, stew, fresh thyme. Other little things, some bay leaf. Again, like the thyme, one of those familiar herbs you find in a stew. And because the cool weather is just starting to kick in, juniper berries, which add a fruitiness, but a flavor all their own. And I give them just a gentle crush because they are berries, so they'll soften up and plump up as they cook. And now, the veggies have softened up, the onions are translucent. So first I'll start with a generous cup of red wine. The liquids are a combination of diced tomato in their juices and chicken stock. Just let this come up to a simmer. I want to bring it to a simmer before I add the beef in, and then it'll be ready to go in the oven. Oh, it smells so good. So now I add back those short ribs, and I can adjust the liquid if I need to. They don't have to be fully submerged, but for the most part, submerged. After about 2 hours, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. So that tanginess is nice, but with balsamic, it's not overwhelming. And then at the very end, I'll add about 6 dried figs chopped up. So now we'll have the sweet and tangy at the same time with the tender melt-in-your-mouth ribs. That is going to be a magical combination.